Although I was very interested into personal financing right from the start, but how to start or continue in the stock market. I did some analysis on my own, invested some amount in mutual funds and then some stocks. So the part that was missing is that right from the start, I was convinced about just buying and holding stocks. That can work well with mutual fund, and only because the fund house does transaction for you. Simply buying and holding stocks for long term, I mean, you could be lucky with a couple of multi-baggers. Eventually, your returns, I mean, will not be great. I mean, and that's the reason most of the investors fail to beat mutual funds. Coming to bugs for so I started thinking about it seriously, and I had some idea. So the first idea was to start experimenting with some stocks again, and since then, it's been great learning for me. Couple of things that stand out. First is that it gave me a direction. I could understand the thinking behind it. Then getting through the Bugs program, I got that a systematic plan around it. I tried a few things with ETF. I didn't go into stocks directly because I wanted to validate those ideas first, and it's been working fine. Okay, the first thing is that let's say instead of you, I had someone else calling about it, and let's say everything being same, probably I would not have trusted because given the kind of influences that we have in the world right now, everyone is expert and influencer, so it's very difficult to pick right people from there and trust them, and particularly when it comes to your money, and given that the track record that even most of the serious investors like don't necessarily beat a simple index fund all the time. I had a trust factor built into it. So okay, so we started with learning fund. And if you don't make money, just consider that whatever loss you got, so that went into tuition fee. Although that didn't happen, thankfully. But even if that would have happened, I was mentally prepared for it. And there is no shortcut. So unless you get into the things, you won't learn just by reading or analyzing things. So that's why it helped me. And a couple of things that really stood out is behavioral things. So the behavioral part, that whatever strategy you have, you just follow it. You work on your strategy, not micro optimizing those gains or losses. So that was the first major behavioral things that I learned through it. So when I started with the daily placing order, I realized okay, I mean that brings a discipline, and nowadays I know that I'll get a message, and then it just takes a minute or so to place order, and that way even if I didn't have a time to look into market in the day. So basically. What I realize is not realize that it's a universal truth that discipline beats talent or analysis anything hands down. So, and that is the main thing that I got from this program. It's really great for stocks which is high volatility because that's what it leverages. It stocks with high volatility, particularly in mid cap and small cap sections. I mean, you also need to be careful that the stocks has a fundamentally solid base. Like there are so many people just advising or running programs, and they most of them don't do well. So, but one thing I'll say that you have to have a process. Either you have it yourself or you work with someone who can help you with the process. So here the process or strategy is very important. Start with that. You can start with a small fund, couple of stocks, and learn along the way. I'll say from my experience, I mean more than gains, you'll have many learnings. My advice is that follow some strategy. Don't just randomly get into market. Market is very ruthless. It punishes, I mean, particularly retail small investors very badly if you don't have a good strategy.